Okay, we seem to be going backwards on this rather than forwards. I'm going to go to the right side view and I'm going to expand the origin folders and make that visible. I'll do a new sketch on the YZ plane and I'm going to draw a line over horizontally. Now I can just put in the dimension right now, or I could go ahead and click and then put in the dimension. I'm going to go ahead and put it in, so I'll do 101.5 as my dimension. And notice that Fusion automatically put a horizontal constraint on this line. If not, I would have to go up here and select horizontal and put that on there. I should have a lock symbol over here on the sketch, so this sketch is fully defined. We've only created one line so far, but it's fully defined. I'm going to turn off this origin display here so that it isn't cluttering up the screen, but I could leave it on. I'm then going to draw an angled line over here, and I'm going to go ahead and put that dimension in separately. So I'm going to dimension the angle from this line to the horizontal line as 68 degrees. And then I'm going to dimension the length of that line, so I'll click on the line and I move my mouse around, or I could right click, tell it a line dimension, and I'm going to tell it that I want that to be 15 millimeters. And then I'm going to draw another line and I'll put it at an angle about like that, and I'll do my dimension. And oops, I accidentally put an extra line in there. Let me undo that. Okay, now I'll do my dimension, and I'll dimension from this line back to the horizontal line that angle of 30 degrees. And then I'll dimension. Notice there's a white dot on the end of this line, no lock symbol over here on the sketch. I'll dimension the aligned length of that as 42.5, and now everything turns black and I have the lock symbol. Later on, as we move through this design, if we decide that we want to change something like the length of this line, we can just double click on it and say if I want to make that 110 or whatever, I can change the dimension and the geometry automatically updates. I'm then going to finish sketch, and I'm going to rotate around a little bit so I can see this in 3D, and so you can just orbit it just a little bit. And then I'm going to do extrude. Now there's two extrude commands. There's a solid body extrude, and then there's a surface body extrude. The surface body extrude is a little bit different. We want to use a solid body extrude, so I'll click on solid, I'll do extrude, and I don't have a closed profile here, I have an open profile, so I'm going to use this thin extrude command. And I'm going to select this line, and I'll also select these two lines, and let's just drag this out, and so we see that it's going to extrude that. And I'm going to tell it I want to go both sides, so I'll do symmetric, a total distance, and I forget what I said. We can always change this after the fact, so for now let me put in 180. We can change that dimension later on if we decide to. And then I want the wall thickness to be 4 millimeters, and I have it going to the bottom side of the thin sketch. I could tell it to go to the top side or down the center of that. So let's get this far, and then we can continue to cut out this material.